Alright, I finally made it. It's finally here, my first brew day in about a year and a half almost. That's crazy. Cleaned out my mash tun. Got that ready to go. And today we're going to be brewing an easy pale ale type recipe. Very cheap. It cost me like $24. So today I'm going to be trying to brew a beer cheaply and see if I can make some homebrew on a budget here. Something that's drinkable, a little better than like the crappy Bud and Millers that you got out there. So I'm going to try for a good cheap beer. I just got this new thermometer. Here it is. It's pretty sweet. It floats in the water. First time I ever used one like this. So I'm bringing this up to 170-ish, 165, 170. I got 7 gallons going right now, and we're going to hit a 5-gallon brew. See how long this takes. We're sitting right at 170, so I'm going to go pour this in my cooler. Our thermometer and see how much this drops down. There shouldn't be too much clumps with this. It's 6 pounds 2-row and a half a pound of 60. It's going to be real light, real drinkable. Alright, should be good enough. Let's see. We're right at 150. Let's put our lid on. That's it. Wait the hour. Flip this up onto mine. Guess there's easier ways to do that. Alright, it's been an hour. Let's look at this. Looks good. Now, what we gotta do before we just drain it into the pot is we got to take a little piece, take a little pitcher, slowly drain some out, and any grain that got caught in that little screen is going to get filtered out right now. That way it doesn't end up in your boil. You can see how cloudy this is. Little pieces of grain all in here. So basically we're just filtering it out and recirculating it back through. It's a good looking color of beer. A lot darker than I thought it was going to be. And you don't want to dump this back in. You don't want to really disturb the grain. You don't want to just like really just dump this on top. You kind of want to do it softly. This is called Vorlofing. So if you ever hear someone say, "Did you Vorloff?" This is a Vorloff. Pretty sure that's right. I really don't care about technical terms at all. But just keep doing this until it runs clear. This is a really orange color. Probably could have got away without the caramel 60. It's looking a lot clearer. So what I'm gonna do this. We got 20 minutes left. I'm going to throw the hops in now. So I was getting nervous that they wouldn't be bitter enough with only half an ounce. So I'm just going to move it up by 5 minutes. Let's see what we got. Got my half ounce of Centennial. This thing's rolling along. Give it a good stir. And we got 20 more minutes to go. Probably should clean my carboy right now. I forgot about cleaning that. Alright, it's been an hour. Boil's done. The last 10 minutes I put this chiller in here so it would sanitize. Anything you boil for 10 minutes will sanitize, so leave it in here for the last 10 minutes. If you're doing that, make sure if you have these plastic tubes that they're not dangling down. They will dangle down into the flame and melt off, and that really sucks. This is really weird. I've never seen this before. Oh, that beer is ruined. Well, we had a big problem. If you see this, I put my wort chiller in and turned the water on, and there was a split in the bottom of the wort chiller. So it was filling up my pot almost to overflowing. I took it out. You see the split in it right there. It was pumping water into my beer, which really sucks. So instead of just dumping everything, we're going to do a little experiment. Basically, I got fresh water in here. I dumped out a little bit. I mean, you can see it all over my garage. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to go with an 8-gallon brew. I'm going to reboil for about 10 to 15 minutes. Kill off anything that got in there. And ferment it. See what happens. It might turn out to be actually really good. Who knows? We'll see. It'll probably be really light, like I was looking for. So let's get this thing back up to boiling. I'll probably just let it sit out here since my chiller's broken, and I don't know how I'll chill it with a broken chiller. So I'll probably just let it sit out here in the cold for overnight. Maybe I'll get a sour or something. Who knows? There we go. Alright, it's the morning after. The morning after the big mistake, or big tragedy. Not really a mistake. So, it got pretty cold last night. All the water's frozen. It got down below freezing, so hopefully this is ready to go. It doesn't feel cold though. So let's take a measurement. Where's my thermometer? Where did I put my thermometer? Here it is. I'll sanitize this. At this point, everything has to be sanitized like crazy. This thing is sitting at whatever temperature it's sitting at. I don't want anything getting in here now. And we'll see what's going on. So, you can see the split on my chiller. Right there, dumping water in. It took me a second to realize what was going on. I was like, why is the wort filling up? Like, is it like boiling weird or something? Like, something bubbling up? Why is this water level rising? And then it finally hit me. I was like, crap, the hose is dumping water into this thing. So I threw it out real quick and dumped out I dumped out like 2 gallons. It probably added in like 4 gallons, which sucks. If I caught it sooner, it probably would have saved it. I'm curious to see what the gravity is going to be now. See if I'm going to have a super light beer. It'll probably be like 2%. So I'm going to have to take a reading in a second. Alright, let's see what the temperature of this is. Perfect, 60. We're good. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get my carboy totally ready, all sanitized. I gotta find a way. Let me put this down real quick. Transfer that to here. Alright, here we go. Everything's cold right now. I'm going to take this inside, heat it up to 70 let it ferment in there for like a couple days. Actually, I might have to keep it in there because it's supposed to be really cold this week. Alright. Yeah, this is low. 10-15. 10-20. This is gonna barely have any alcohol in it. Maybe I'll add some sugar in on the fermentation. Maybe some honey or something. Make a mini wort and dump that in. All an experiment from here on out. Oh! Time to let it sit, do its thing. Maybe I'll make it a shandy or something. Add in some lemonade after it's done. But we'll see how this experiment goes. Sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. Figure out something when things go wrong.